Okay, that background is very gorgeous, and I would love to have that as a background. Not gonna lie, look at it's so pretty. Okay, anyway, part 5, Maya. And that concludes the data report transmitted back by Chrome. The screen freezes on a pool of thick crimson liquid, its surface twisting, the original form now barely recognizable. Fragmented metallic limbs and fallen crosstracks protrude from the morass, clouded with malformed chunks of flesh. Ew. And faces. Amid the undulating mass, several disturbingly serene faces rise to the surface. They murmur in indistinct whispers, their voices weaving a haunting, almost cheerful melody beyond comprehension. At the end of the report, the Grey Raven commandant left a message, saying that they were about to head to the lower second level of the aquarium. The punching virus concentration is higher there, so they were concerned about potential delays in transmitting future reports. As a precaution, they relayed this information ahead of time. The Science Council's takeaway is that the red tide is mutating. From Kruthwood to the red tide. From the red tide to Doves. If Doves, she deliberates for a long time, unable to find more suitable words to describe that grotesque mass of flesh. Those hetero creatures in the red tide. If they were not illusions created by descendants, then what the Great Raven Command saw in the vision, that Lethos is accelerating the evolution of hetero creatures through the red tide, will be an established fact. The projected screen displays a series of images, clearly illustrating this fact. We've got to put a stop to this. Those mega weapons. No, that's not going to cut it. These are just predictions, and it won't be enough to get Parliament to sign off on using the Omega weapons we salvaged from the moon. Right now, the moon is the only place where you can even make Omega weapons. For a lot of people, those weapons mean their best hope of taking back Earth. You can practically hear their arguments now. Producing Omega weapons requires 0-point energy. Right now, the only place in our controlled territories with 0-point reactors is the lunar base. We can't throw away our long-term future for a quick win. The mere fact that the Purifying Force Captain and Vice Captain are lost to the Aquarian won't be enough to sway those counselors. Even the red time reflux alone won't make them abandon their hopes for the 0-point reactors. Unless a greater threat emerges, something that puts the surface itself at risk, threatening Babylonia, and puts their interests on the line. Oh no, not that, those two. Suika, mark the red tide influx's entry point. Based on its spread rate, pinpoint all nearby conservation areas that will be impacted. President, also red tide spreads will impact a total of 13 conservation areas and multiple plantations in the surrounding areas. Here's all of them. Huh, just like you to do that. Well, everyone's got something they care about. Speaking of which, how's the lunar base expecting shaping up? 15.21% done. Hauling the engineering gear takes ages. It'll be at least another 4 or 5 days till it's wrapped up. The meeting room goes absolutely quiet. A faint sound comes from outside the door. It's Asimov. President Hassan, Commander Nicola, we processed the data report you just sent over. Then the analytical and simulation results are ready. In the conclusion, our findings confirm that the ascendants are mass breeding the red tide under the aquarium. The punishing virus in the red tide is already showing signs of mutation. I advise immediate intervention. Otherwise, the red tide influx will trigger widespread hetero creature spawning, placing all close to surface strongholds at risk of total collapse. So, if the Omegas are a no-go, is there any chance we could use the Longinus arsenal? I'm afraid not. The Longinus arsenal can only hit the red tide on the surface. The red tide in the aquarium is 3/4 down, underground. By the time it even gets close to the underground red tide, the Longinus arsenal would lose 60% of its punch, making any direct impact impossible. Mid-conversation, Asimov's terminal turns abruptly. Silence it with a frown, but seconds later, the sharp ringtone pierces the quiet again. Nicola gives it a look as Asimov, clear annoyed, answers the call. A pale woman's face pops up on the screen. Bird stigmata? What? Who the hell is this? I don't even remember her. None of your business, Thessalus. None of my business? Oh gosh, now she thinks us. Ugh. Asimov, that friend was Corona's solo project, just loaned to Babylonia as a courtesy. I got every right to know where she is. She's on a classified mission. The details are under wraps. Spare me the bureaucratic evasion, Commander Nicola. Corona handed over the stigmata frame to the military for free. As its creator, I'm entitled to answers. Stigmata's last transmitted mind data was a mess, full of interference. The frame might already be rife with the punching virus. She was now the primary compatible user to begin with. Keep this up, and without a commandant to stabilize her mind, that frame's gonna be scrapped at the bottom of the sea. What about the Phantom Tracer? Equipping the Phantom Tracer would cause severe deviation in Bianca's mind, and its operational performance is far from ideal. That's Stigmata's own lookout, not the Phantom Tracer's fault. Can't accept herself. Can't even accept what she's become. Be pathetic. Oh my god, you are pathetic. It's no wonder she's frying her own mind in that frame with that attitude. The pale woman's lips curl in a mocking smile. Whatever. Do what you want with the hetero hive mother's tissue in the Phantom Tracer, but you've better find a way to drag Stigmata back. Or trust me, you won't like seeing the bill for her frame development. That's not your concern. It better be. I hate to see my life's work just become disposable junk. Oh my god. It's worse than Vanessa. Ugh. With those cold words, Basilis simply vanishes from the projection. Bianca's frame. The situation is undeniably dire. The Science Council has just received Stigmata's latest mind synchronization data. The terminal screen glows with stark red data streams. Bianca is exhibiting severe mind deviation, and we have no mission updates for far too long. Given their current progress, they should be on the lower second or third level by now. The high concentration of punishing there is probably messing with their comms. Bianca, if I remember right, the Science Council has been working on a new frame customized just for her. Yeah, though progress has been consistently slow. Asimov sighs faintly at the mention of it. The Science Council isn't just looking to turn out another frame that can only look around the Omega weapon. We've been trying to build this frame capabilities from a completely different angle. I remember this frame's core ability is purification. Given the current circumstances, compression would be a more accurate term than purification. Take the Phantom Tracer, for instance. Its primary function is data acquisition on the punishing virus. By scrambling the viral information structures, this frame can essentially thin out its concentration. It's like dropping ink into a stream. Doesn't truly purify them in any real sense. Can the hero of each hive mother's tissue brought back from the journal be put to use? It can be. After getting my hands on the tissue, I managed to simulate a Phantom Tracer reversal effect using external equipment. It's enough to sustain the frame's combat operations, but only for a limited time. At maximum, we're looking at 5 hours of runtime. After that, the frame's energy depletes, and the system will force a shutdown. That should be enough for now. Worst case scenario, we might have to roll out this frame sooner than planned. Alright, I'll make sure this plane is deployed with a team transporting the Omega weapons. Asimov, can you handle the prep work for this deployment? No problem. Austin and Nicholas stay behind, still trying to get Parliament on board with using the Omega weapons. Asimov, meanwhile, turns and exits the meeting room. Bianca's new frame. Back at the Science Council, Asimov breezes past multiple layers of security until he reaches the classified laboratory. Before the frame's door chamber, he stands motionless, his eyes fixed on the scrolling data of a virtual screen beside him. His mind races. The Phantom Tracer can extract information from the punching virus, but this capability isn't solely due to Kirano's technology. The true source is the head of hive mother's tissue embedded within it. Thanks to Commander Nicholas' arrangements, this valuable specimen now resides securely within the Science Council. Its potential should far exceed more decrypting or compressing the information carried within punishing. It's as if a locked door moves with your hand, intangible yet undeniable. All he needs now is a key that can really dissect the very essence of the punishing virus.